Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Elitemilito back here with another mock draft for the 2021 draft. I believe this is my second mock draft on the channel. And today, normally I think about the mock drafts a little bit before I actually do them, but today I'm just jumping right in. I wanted to do one, see what I was thinking, what I was feeling for every team, and yeah, so let's jump right in. So the first pick, is definitely going to be Trevor Lawrence. I don't think it needs to be talked about too much. There was like a weird report coming out that came out yesterday actually, and it was about like how he didn't uh like have the mentality to like win or something like that. It was really weird, and then he had a response to that today, and yeah. And then with the second pick, I personally would go Justin Fields. He's my number two quarterback in the class. But yeah, I think the Jets will go with Zach Wilson. So yeah, I the reason I have Fields as my number two quarterback is because like his knocks, like I just don't really see them. I think when you watch him, like his knocks are that he doesn't read the field very well, but that just simply isn't true when you watch him play. He I don't think that he doesn't see the field well. I think he just knows that the Ohio State receivers like Chris Olave or any of them really are better than the defensive backs, and he just waits till one of them's open. And I think there are points where he does read the field very well. His accuracy is very good, especially his deep accuracy. He can throw the ball very far. That's why I have him at QB2, and that's why I have him going number 3 to the 49ers. There's Mac Jones to the 49ers. That would be crazy to me. I mean, that would really be crazy. I mean, it would be weird because, like, I don't know why that report came out so quickly and so much. Like, the 49ers wouldn't have to lie about or even put up a smoke screen about who they're going to take. I think the first two picks, if it's not Zach Wilson, it is going to be Justin Fields. So, but I think the 49ers are fine with Wilson, Fields, or Lance. But Mac Jones, that would be crazy. But, yeah, so those are the first three picks, all quarterbacks. Now moving on to the fourth pick. I don't think the Falcons are going to take QB here, as everyone thought they would earlier in the offseason. Matt Ryan restructured. It's not going to be, I don't think it would be a quarterback. It would be Trey Lance if they picked one. But I think it will be Kyle Pitts. He's a very good player, probably the best like probably the best offensive weapon in this class. I think Jamar Chase is receiver one, and then Waddle, and then Devontae Smith is what they have it on here. But yeah, Pitts is probably the best pass catcher and weapon in this draft. And at 4, you get him with Calvin Ridley, who's really a number one receiver, could be a number one receiver for another team. And he kind of is with the Falcons when Julio is. He kind of gets hurt a little bit more than you like him to. Julio is one of my favorite players too, so I don't like criticizing him. But yeah, his only concern is injuries. Kyle Pitts gets you a weapon, and Hayden Hurst isn't that bad. So yeah, you can have two tight end stats, all that type of stuff. Kyle Pitts can even line up at receiver. And now at 5, yeah, I think this is a really interesting pick because I think Joe Burrow will want Jamar Chase, but I think Bengals fans want Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater even. I think Rashawn Slater is better than Penei Sewell actually right now, but Sewell, you could say, make an argument he will end up being better. But yeah, Rashawn Slater is definitely a worthy top. He would, I mean, in 99% of other classes, he'd be the number one tackle, and he might even be the number one tackle in this class. This class is really, really good. I'd say they're only the worst positions. They're not even that bad. They're more like later rounds, but the defensive line and edge rushers are they're not really that good. Other than Jalen Phillips, I think he's probably the best defensive lineman, but he's already had to retire from football. He has concussion concerns, so but yeah, he is pretty good. But the only reason he's not higher on here is because of his injury history. But yeah, going back to the Bengals, I think they need to go Sewell. I think Burrow probably wants Jamar Chase because played together at LSU. They were pretty successful, I would say, winning a national championship. But uh, I've seen a bunch of memes of Bengals pass protection, all that stuff. And yeah, Sewell, their offensive line is pretty bad. Sewell can, I think, play tackle or guard. Probably will end up playing tackle for the Bengals. But yeah, that's definitely a good pickup. And now to the Dolphins, who I think they always knew they could get Jamar Chase here. I think really if the Falcons trade out for a quarterback, then you're going to end up with either, so it would be 4 quarterbacks here, and then even if Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase go to the Bengals there, then you can get Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase, either or, and yeah, that would be pretty good. The Dolphins are in a really, really good spot, and yeah, I think they're going to end up with Jamar Chase here, give to a weapon. He is my number 1 receiver. I think they would probably go, if they don't go Jamar Chase, they either go Slater or Waddle. But yeah, I think it's Jamar Chase is wide receiver 1 for me, and he's pretty good and will be pretty good for the Miami Dolphins. Now moving on to the Detroit Lions, they do need a receiver. Trey Lance is here, but I actually think Dan Campbell and the Lions want to give Jared Goff a chance, which is pretty crazy. They seem to like him, and I mean, yeah, it's questionable, but they really do need a receiver. They lost Galladay and Marvin Jones. Jalen Waddle is my receiver too. I think he fits the Lions pretty well. He's not strictly a slot receiver. I think he is mainly an outside receiver. I believe he can play in the slot, obviously, but yeah, he is fast and he can high point the football. I mean, the Lions just need weapons around Jared Goff. Right now, their best offensive weapons probably TJ Hawkinson or DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. Right here at 8, Panthers. I know Panthers fans don't want Rashawn Slater, and I mean they're like in a weird spot here. They could go Trey Lance, although I doubt it now that they traded for Darnold. It would be a little weird for them to pick Trey Lance here. Rashawn Slater, I don't know. It's really close to me between Sewell and Slater. I don't know. I think I'm a Giants fan, and I would personally rather Slater on the Giants because he's better day one, and the Giants just need offensive linemen. But yeah, I would say the Panthers are in a weird spot, but they're in a good weird spot because they have a pick of the litter here. You can go Surtain, J.C. Horn, Devontae Smith, Slater. I think you would go Slater before any other tackle. I guess you could go Trey Lance. But yeah, I'm going to give them Rashawn Slater, which hurts me as a Giants fan. I really want him to somehow fall to pick 11, which would be crazy if that could happen, but I doubt it. Now Broncos here, I think I would mock them Micah Parsons in other drafts, but Trey Lance here, I mean, he just makes too much sense. I personally like Drew Lock. I think if he got one more year, he could be decent enough. But yeah, I wouldn't blame them for picking Trey Lance here, and they don't even really need to restart. They are a QB away from being playoff contenders. So yeah, I think that's not a bad pick for the Broncos. Here, the Cowboys, I think there's been a lot of hype for J.C. Horn lately, and I think he is pretty good, but I think Surtain's been the number one corner for he's been the number one corner in this draft for the past 2 years. I mean, he's been locked down for a while at Alabama, and yeah, I think he's definitely a good player and might be the best corner in this class. There's also J.C. Horn and Caleb Farley. Farley, I think, would be. I mean, he was cornerback one to a lot of people before his injury. So, but yeah, I think he'll probably be a late first round, early second round steal for whoever gets him. Now, with the New York Giants, I personally do not want an edge rusher. I don't want Azeez Ojulari. I don't want Kwity Paye. If we were to pick an edge, I honestly would just rather us pick Jalen Phillips because he's the best edge rusher in this class. But yeah, I think that we could go J.C. Horn here, which would be I wouldn't mind. This is why I like where the Giants are picking. We can get J.C. Horn, Devontae Smith, Micah Parsons, Elijah Vera Tucker, Jalen Phillips. Yeah, I really like where the Giants are picking, and I'm gonna give them Micah Parsons here. I know a lot of people are worried about his off the field concerns, all of that type of stuff. But I personally think he's the best defensive player in this draft. And yeah, I think that would be a really good pick for the Giants at 11. So the top 10 has all offense, including 4 quarterbacks. I mean, look at this. Look at the top 10. These are probably, you would imagine, the top 4 most coveted positions in the NFL: quarterback, tackle, receiver, and corner. I mean, those have to be easily the top 5 for the top 5 most coveted positions in the NFL today. I would say the only one, maybe edge, is more important than corner these days, but yeah. And then at 11, Mike Parsons to the Giants. And I think the Eagles here, it's got to be J.C. Horn or Devontae Smith. I know Eagles fans, I've been seeing a lot of J.C. Horn. A lot of Eagles fans want J.C. Horn. I've been seeing that a lot recently. I like Devontae Smith for them going in the slot. J.C. Horn, I really like. I mean, the Eagles have a good. I mean, it's got to be one of these two. The only other person it could be would be Mac Jones, which I hope the Eagles take. I got to be honest, I'm a Giants fan. I hope they mess up the pick and take Mac Jones here, which would be hilarious to me. But yeah, I would say that Devontae Smith. It's just so. I would say the Eagles would probably draft a corner here. They probably draft a corner. They'd probably go J.C. Horn here at 12. Now the Chargers offensive tackle. I don't think Darisaw is the third best tackle in the class. I would say Tevin Jenkins probably a little bit better. I would say I would have Cosme, Eichenberg, and Christensen above Leatherwood, and then have Leatherwood above Raduns. This is quite a good tackle class. Oh, even Mayfield. Mayfield is probably up here. I would say anyone from Mayfield down, with the exception of Alex Leatherwood, have a chance to go in the first round. It is a very good tackle class. I believe Tevin Jenkins plays right tackle, and Darisaw did play left tackle at Virginia Tech, and that's what the Chargers need. So I guess you go Darisaw here, pure left tackle. Makes a lot of sense for the Chargers. Gets their protection for Herbert. It's got to be their top priority right now. And now moving on to the Vikings. They need a safety. I would say, it's either got to be a corner or Elijah Vera Tucker. If you didn't know, what's his name? The TCU guy they drafted last year. Well, their rookie corner from this past season is in quite a bit of trouble with off the field stuff. So they are going to need a corner. It looks like Jeff Gladney. That's who it is. Jeff Gladney is done probably in the NFL. So they do need corner. They do need safety. They lost Anthony Harris. They definitely need interior offensive line. I'm going to give them Elijah Vera Tucker. He's definitely the best guard in this class, other than Rashawn Slater playing at guard. Honestly, he might be better, but yeah. Elijah Vera Tucker, very good player. Exactly what the Vikings need, interior offensive line. Their interior, specifically last year, was terrible. So yeah, that's a good pickup for them. Here, the Patriots, you could give them Jalen Phillips, although they don't particularly need edge right this second. They spent money on it on made by Taco Bell, Matt Judon, in free agency. I could give them. What did they sign? Did they sign Kendrick Bourne to a 3-year $22? That was a pretty bad deal in my opinion. Aguilar deal, I like that better than the Kendrick Bourne deal. Linebacker, Owusu Koromoa is pretty good, but I think what he would play in the NFL is more like what Kyle Duggar is playing for the Patriots right now, so I wouldn't say they go him. Could use corner. They might lose J.C. Jackson, might try and trade Gilmore. This is a pretty good corner class, too. They could go Farley, could go Newsome. I would say Asante Samuel Jr. and up have a chance to go in the first round. But even probably Elijah Molden even does too. But yeah, I don't think they would go corner here. I say it's probably it's just so tough because there's a lot of guys that I like here. I guess it could be Mac Jones, although I'm not sure that they want to go in that direction. I would say, I guess they go Mac Jones, quarterback for the future. I mean, he's like, I guess he goes there at 15. They're going to need a quarterback. I personally do like Cam Newton. I think he's underrated. It seems like the narrative of, he's a new player, has to learn the scheme, that went with rookies and all that stuff. All that narrative seemed to go away with Cam Newton for some reason. I guess everyone forgot that he was new to the Patriots, even though he's a veteran now. I don't understand why so many people are hating on him. I don't understand that. But yeah, I think Cam Newton has still got a year or two left in the tank to be good. Certainly better than he was last year, but Patriots go Mac Jones there. And this leaves an interesting spot for the Arizona Cardinals. I think they would probably go Devontae Smith here. I actually like that pick. I know Cardinals fans don't like Andy Isabella hasn't been working out too well, I don't think. And I think Kirk can play on the outside. Hopkins can play on the outside. I don't know if Larry Fitz is retired, but you're going to need a receiver anyway at some point. And here, I think the Raiders go Tevin Jenkins. It makes a lot of sense. Colton Miller plays left tackle. He's been pretty good. Tevin Jenkins can play right tackle for them, which is what they need. And yeah, their tackles are set, and that would be a pretty good pick for them. Edge here. Kwity Paye, I guess, could go here. I don't really want to give them a running back because I think he would be more picked in this range, probably here, or to the Bills could pick a running back, but the Dolphins here, I guess I could give them a running back, but yeah, I don't really want to. The Raiders could have gone Owusu Koromoa there instead of Tevin Jenkins, but yeah, that would have been a good pick for them. Edge, I guess. I guess you keep the Miami guy in Miami. Edge. I mean, when you have two first round picks for consecutive years, you can maybe take a little bit of chances on a guy like Jalen Phillips, who is very productive when, productive when he plays. And but the problem is, will he play? How much will he be able to play? That is really the problem. But yeah, I like Jalen Phillips a lot. I think he could be the best defensive player in the class, honestly. But on the field, but it's just his injury concerns make him fall. Now here, the football team I've heard like their offensive line, even though they should probably get someone like Jalen Mayfield or Sam Cosmi here, or even Brady Christensen. But yeah, I think they're going to end up picking Owusu Koromoa here. It makes a lot of sense. They don't have very good linebackers. And although Owusu Koromoa is more like Isaiah Simmons, really, in the fact that I wouldn't say player comparison wise or size wise, nothing like that, but his position is more like flexible and stuff like that. So I like him here to the football team. They need linebacker anyway, so I think get best player available there. JOK. Now the Bears, they're definitely going receiver here, in my opinion. It's either got to be Terrace Marshall Jr. or Rashad Bateman, and I think it'll be Rashad Bateman. They are going to lose Allen Robinson after this year. He does not want to be there. They could even trade him still on draft night or leading up to the draft. And, yeah. But, yeah, the Bears are going to need weapons for Andy Dalton, I guess, which is crazy. I guess, yeah, I guess they're going Andy Dalton QB1. Here, I don't know why the Draft Network has offensive tackles so criminally underrated here, but I like Cosme. I like Cosme and Quentin Nelson on the same side would be pretty dangerous. I did Mayfield play right tackle? I swear he did. But yeah, I'm gonna go Cosme here. I like that pick. I like Quentin Nelson and Sam Cosme on the same side. Gives Carson Wentz protection. I like that pick for them. Now Titans, they need receiver and they need corner, but I think they want to take someone this year. Isaiah Wilson did not pan out for them, and he was even more of a project. They could have probably got him. Probably could have traded up for him in the second round. So this year, I think they want to go someone either Azeez Ojulari or Greg Newsome. And I like Azeez Ojulari in their scheme. They did pay Bud Dupree, though, so I don't think edge is their biggest need. So they have Bud Dupree and Harold Landry. They do need corner. And what I was trying to say with Isaiah Wilson, he was a little bit of a project coming out of college anyway. So I don't think they would go for Caleb Farley here, who has injury concerns. I think they would go Greg Newsome, who's slept on quite a bit. He is definitely a good corner, definitely a top 5 corner in this class. Yeah, I think he'll be a sure lockdown, or maybe not lockdown, but a decent enough corner for the Tennessee Titans. Now here, the New York Jets, I believe they signed Carlos Dunlap, which is a very good signing for them. Now here, I almost want to give Zach Wilson a running back or a receiver. I do like Elijah Moore a lot, but I would say they need corner. They very badly need corner. I think their best cornerback on the roster right now is Bryce Hall, who will be a second-year player. So, I mean, you need someone. Like I said, I think Farley will fall. I think he will. So, I think you go Eric Stokes here. Because, I mean, you just need someone to be out there. you need someone to be playing for you. And I think Stokes will be definitely good in that situation. Now here, the Steelers also need corner. I don't think they would go Farley here. They need slot corner more than they need outside. But I think they would probably go tackle here. I think tackle would be. I like Jalen Mayfield here. I like Jalen Mayfield to the Steelers here. I don't think they're gonna go with Villanueva. They probably, if they were, they probably would have already re-signed him. He's just sitting out there right now, floating around. The Jaguars could go Christensen, could go Eichenberg. But they don't really need a running back. Receiver. They have DJ Chark. DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault. And who am I forgetting? D.D. Westbrook, is he still on the team? Guess he is this year, right? But yeah, his contract runs up. Receiver, it would have to be probably Terrace Marshall if they were gonna go receiver, because he can play outside and inside. But yeah, I guess it could be Freiermuth, even tight end. But maybe you want to go best player available, which would probably be at this point. You could go Trayvon Moehrig. I like their running back situation. Just a little weird here. Weird pick. Weird situation. Offensive tackle. No, I can't. I guess I'll give them Trayvon Moehrig, probably the best safety in this class. They need safety. And then you have Rayshon Jenkins and Trayvon Moehrig. Not a bad safety combination. Now here, I would say no doubt it's edge for the Cleveland Browns. I know they signed Clowney, but it was also to a 1-year deal. They still need edge. And yeah, I think they need edge. They definitely need edge. And yeah, I would give them, I think Kwity Paye makes more sense for them rather than Azeez Ojulari. I like Kwity Paye on the opposite side of Myles Garrett. Thinking about that now, I actually do really like that combo, and that gives the Ravens Azeez Ojulari. They need him. So back-to-back edge. Those are two pretty good scheme fits. I like those picks for them. Saints here, cornerback, I'm not sure about corner. They're just like, they're like really good in some spots and then not so good in other spots. I do like edge here for them. I mean, if Trey Hendrickson can get 12 and a half, 13 and a half sacks, I mean, Jason Owe can at least get 7 or 8. But I think they probably want Marcus Davenport to play there. Receiver, they have Michael Thomas. They lost Emmanuel Sanders. They probably do need receiver. I like Kadarius Toney to the Saints. I think that's a good scheme fit for them. Yeah, I think that's a good pick for the Saints. I like that pick. Now, the Packers, they need receiver or they need corner. I mean, seriously, I don't think they need a right tackle, but do they? I guess so. I guess they need a right tackle. I think it's going to be a receiver or corner here. You have Devontae Adams. I really do like Elijah Moore. I would say if they don't go receiver, it would probably have to be Caleb Farley. But they have nothing outside of Jair, though. And Devontae Adams has been carrying receivers for a while. And there's better receivers in the later rounds. I guess you go Farley here. You take a chance on him. I mean, you need someone else. Kevin King is not good. Josh Jackson has not been good. So, I mean, you need someone else on the other side of Jair Alexander. Caleb Farley could be that. Now, the Bills here are really in a pretty good position. They can take whatever they want. I would say, looking here, probably be how bad do they need interior defensive line? Because I think Barmore will go in the first round. They re-signed Matt Milano. They don't need running back. I'm gonna give them Barmore here. I like Christian Barmore. I don't think that he'll escape the first round. Normally, I mean, it would be crazy if there went 32 picks without a interior defensive lineman. But yeah, I could see no running backs in the first round, and then there will be a run of them at the beginning of the second round, definitely. Here, I mean, the Chiefs have to go offensive tackle. I would say it's either Christensen or Eichenberg. I'm going to give them Eichenberg just because I think he's just more of a sure prospect, even though Brady Christensen had an insane pro day and like tested insane. But yeah, Barmore here probably does really screw the Buccaneers. Could go give them receiver. I think I will. Imagine you have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the outside. Godwin could even play in the slot. Elijah Moore can play on the outside or in the slot. And he was force-fed the ball at Ole Miss, and it's because every time he stepped on the field, I would say he was one of the best players, if not the best player. He was really good at Ole Miss. And I'm going to give them to the reigning champs, Buccaneers, Elijah Moore to them. So, yeah, that is my second mock draft of this offseason. I believe there's less than 2 weeks now until the actual NFL draft. So I'll probably be doing 1 or 2 more mock drafts before then. And you'll probably see I'll record my live reactions to the Giants pick and post that. So yeah, that is my mock draft. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and peace.